Okay, welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreaker. Something a bit different out the window there. We have another ship that we're starting to repair, something we get through the unskippable story of this game, with really annoying noises. We get to repair this armadillo utility rig, using parts that we find in other things. That was the things that I was wondering what they were and trying to push into the barge in the previous one, or my first stream. We also have a ton more upgrades now. We've been progressing quite steadily. Rank 18 now. Don't really need to repair anything right now. We have a ton of tokens spare. We actually now own our own grapple. I believe I also own the... No, not quite the laser cutter. That's the next one. I haven't bothered with any of the range upgrades more than this. And even that one I probably shouldn't have bothered with, to be honest, but... it lets us cut things from a little bit further away. I don't want to cut the slicer from further away, because honestly that just gets annoying. You're far more likely to cut into things you don't want to then. Scanner range doesn't tend to be that useful. I guess I could upgrade it just for the sake of it. Helmet, because I'm playing in creative mode, I don't need to care about the oxygen, so I grabbed a couple just to more out of habit. Also, the suit upgrades. By and large, I mean, just don't get hit by things is generally the best advice. If you get hit really hard, then it probably doesn't matter how upgraded it is. Eventually I'll probably max it out just because why not. Demo charges we now have. I've taken a few upgrades of those as well. Just the basics. Explosion size minimizing is one of the biggest things. I don't really care about an impact-based thing. No, I'd rather just do it carefully. We could decrease the durability drain rate on that, but it's really not worth it since we don't use them that often. I'm saving up to be able to buy all of my other gear, so that I don't have the rental cost of it. So let's see what shifts we've got available. We now have these unknown ghost ships, which are kind of fun. I haven't actually done a Javelin in ages, so... maybe we do that. Yeah, it'll take a while, but it's got lots of parts. It's got lots of rewards. We'll probably level up again just from doing that, so that's kind of nice. And so many LTs to max out all of our upgrades. At a certain point, we're just not going to know what to do with those. Let's dive on in. These are huge.
Morning, folks. Let's focus in and...
oh yeah, we've got the storyline going on that we can't skip and can't ignore, which is really annoying.
Yep. Cairo and I had a real good heart.
Oh, this guy's annoying.
Right, Kai? Yeah. All good.
So we can start with
So,
these.
what's the punishment? Docked pay, former write-up, no sugar cubes for a month?
Nothing. No punishment. Kai
So
and
we've
I
got
just
this,
needed to talk mano a mano.
Iron ring thing
What does
here.
that even mean?
Keep mouthing off, Steiner, and you'll find out.
I wish I could mute those or skip those or whatever.
Glad y'all figured it out. Let's just get back to work.
Ah, these AI nodes. That's the thing with the ghost ships, is you have AI nodes on everything. And you've basically just got to burn them off or send them into the furnace. I think if I remember rightly, if you start destroying too many of them, then they start messing with things on the ship. So maybe I want to leave doing too many of those until we've kind of cleared more things out. So we've got pressure in there that we have to deal with. There's 2 airlocks, interestingly. And then there's all the way down the other end, more pressure in this compartment, as well as the thrusters. Okay. Grade 3 cut point, that's what we need the demo charges for. Which is really annoying. We can get rid of these at least. Fire them down. And get rid of this one. I do wish that you could just upgrade your laser cutter so that you didn't need to rely on the demo charges, because they're really not great. To be fair, with the range decrease upgrades I've now got, it would probably be fine, but I don't really want to risk blowing anything up on the inside. So what was the mode that I could see the AI nodes? It's this one, yeah. So we've got a node in there right next to the reactor, but not actually on the reactor, it doesn't look like, so that's good. And then there's another one in there, another one down there. You want to be able to remove all of them ideally. Looks like they're mostly up on these ion rings, so we can actually just ignore them for now. Just leave them till later. Which you kind of want to do anyway. What the hell? Oh, that's the helmet, yeah. Oh, that's the fuses for the power generator. Cool. AI nodes inside here. Okay. Airlock consoles. There's 3 airlocks, in fact, going into there. Wow, okay. So, I guess if we kind of work from the back, we can also just start disconnecting all of these fuel tanks and just drop them down into the barge. If there's no AI nodes on any of these, then these are things that we can just do this. And, oh, it's just the one. It's not even 2, is it? No, apparently that's not everything. What have I not done? I thought there was only one cut point on this. Oh, it's such a big tank, it goes onto this cut point as well, that's why. That makes sense. There we go, now I've got the fuel tank loose, so we can just kind of grapple it away a bit. Or push against it. Pod clamp if we just do that, in fact. And from this end as well. There we go. Lovely. And down we go. Hopefully it makes it all the way in. Cool. 400,000 credits just for that. Nice. Basically just want to make sure that we don't accidentally hit the fuel tank when we're trying to cut these things. But we should be good. Push that. Push that. I should probably start from the end that has something still. And down. The charged push is quite a good upgrade. Lets you hit them at much longer speeds. You can chain together lots of smaller pushes as well, but it's generally less precise and doesn't do as good a job. Whee! Tumble, tumble. Boop, boop, boop. It's not quite the ding from Power Simulator, but it's still a satisfying boop. When things go into the processor or the barge or something. Move that away. Yoink. A little bit repetitive at this point when there's lots of these things on the same ship, but oh well. It's fine. It's actually pretty safe just firing straight at it, I think, because the pod clamp is in the way, and that'll take the laser blast if it goes through after getting the cut point. Oh, I need thruster fuel. You can find it inside Rex, I should probably take a look. But then I'll probably need more, to be perfectly honest. This, and down. So that's the ones along the sides taken care of. The bottom ones will be even easier to push down into the barge, so there's that. And we've already got the first level. little gentle hit just to get it free of everything else, and then a strong one. And through we go. And then there's lots of other cut points that we can use the demo charges on if we wish for the main kind of superstructure here. Or honestly, what you can instead do is just save yourself the trouble and cut other bits like these structure bits here. You can actually just cut away from these cut points. I'm not sure which works cheaper because demo charges aren't cheap and you need to use a lot of them to clear away this. What should we do the ones on top first? We probably should, eh? Give me a sec. I am muted. Thank you. I'm glad you turned up. I wasn't saying anything useful, thankfully. The dangers of taking a break. What are we up to? So we've got the amplifiers done. Okay, I should really go and get fuel, shouldn't I? Unless I can see some pickups, there's nothing there. Is there any fuel pickups in here, perhaps? I don't remember what they show up as. I think they're usually showing up on this view if there's anything. We'll just go shut the warning up now and be done with it. Just a fuel. Yes, demo charges are 50,000 to refill your supply, and I think I only have 10 of them. So I don't want to use them on more things than I have to, in terms of dispatching and dislodging all of this stuff. So this is a structure bit. So I do need one for down here. So I guess we can... is it 5? No, that's the light. 4? No, 3? Demo charge. There we go. So if we put it up nice and high here, because we don't want it clipping into the ion ring if we can possibly avoid it. I mean, we could also just cut off the strut entirely instead of actually relying on the cut point. Not sure which is better. I mean, we'll try that. It's a learning experience. Cool. That worked. Now, we do need to pinpoint off all of these AI nodes as well. There's another 2 over here. There's actually quite a few. Another one there. Is that one gone? I believe that's everything for the lower ion ring now. There's more on the top. But this we can now just drop all the way down. We don't need to disconnect it further. We do, however, need to push it this way more. This is going to be a very full barge. I mean, if we were not playing in the creative mode, then we would have a shift timer, and you can only work for 15 minutes at a time, which we're almost at, so we would be due to go back anyway. And at that point the barge gets cleared away and everything. Okay, which way do we start next? Basically, do we want to do the reactor sooner or later? I think regardless we want to start going inside and clearing away loose pieces and just making sure the atmosphere is all safely vented. Be a good idea. Not had to deal with venting the atmosphere in one of these before, so we'll see how this goes. So many AI nodes. You're just kind of hanging around. That's interesting. So you're already disconnected. Let's get the helmet. So we can vent the atmosphere from this room. And then you've got compartments through there. Oh, this is another airlock, in fact, and then compartment through there. Lots of airlocks in this place. Oh, that airlock goes through... Oh, this is through to the cockpit, of course. So, this also has an atmosphere regulator. Okay, we might be able to do this mostly safely, because we can close off this airlock and vent this compartment first. So we can do that. And now we can cycle this airlock. It's almost like a little logic puzzle in trying to deal with all of these. And now we can pull this atmosphere regulator free because we never care about putting atmosphere back into this compartment. We don't want to be accidentally destroyed by something. So the next thing is we can then enter this airlock. Oh, no we can't. That's a door console. Well, I guess that's done a lot of what we needed. I thought this was an airlock. Oh, technically that's the airlock, isn't it? Yeah, that's the airlock console. Okay, well, my bad. Bugger, that means we can't actually get into there safely now. That's annoying. So I've locked myself out of that one. Bugger. Because we needed to be able to... Because this is considered an airlock still, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is too. Okay, so no, actually we can do this safely. So that airlock depressurizes. We then come in here, cycle the airlock again. Move into the cockpit. And now we can... Wait, I thought there was a regulator here. Oh, it's been disconnected because of the decompression. Okay, that's really, really annoying. Why did that happen? That shouldn't have happened, because this wasn't connected. This didn't depressurize. I swear, the pressure system in this game is very temperamental sometimes. It's really quite annoying. So what's the best thing for us to do here? We can cut those doors and just vent this through that way. Maybe that would be the safest thing to do. Blowing out into space is always dubious, to say the least. Is there anything of interest in here? Do we have any AI nodes, for example? No, interestingly. There's lots elsewhere in this area, but none here. Because we can cut those cut points there to vent things out into space through the cockpit. But I'd rather not. So the alternative is I think everything is safe on that side for us to cut through there. We're just going to have to then grab onto something. Can we actually... Oh, we can. That looks very awkward, but there we go. We can do this. And then... Fingers crossed, I guess. Interesting, it closed that airlock. Oh, now it opens again. And now it closes again. Or is that just because of the AI? Oh wait, and now the atmosphere comes back into here, but the atmosphere regulator's gone. Excuse me, game? Oh dear, this makes no sense. Okay, we'll play your silly game. I can't remember if the airlock itself will get cut through. Let's just do that. There we go. Now there's no way that this can repressurize. Okay. Now, unfortunately, that airlock can no longer cycle at all, but that's kind of fine. This one we can now cycle and just get rid of the air. And then we can blast the rest of the air by just opening that door. That's still depressurized through there as well, isn't it? Yeah. But we can leave that door closed anyway. Okay. Yep, we go. Get rid of that, because that's valuable. So all of these door pieces can also come out. There should be a couple more in there somewhere. We can get rid of the ladder as well while we're at it. So we don't need to worry about that anymore. I mean, we never did. The airlock console we don't care about anymore. If you're really min-maxing, you could theoretically cycle the airlock to close the doors and cut them off all of the airlocks. But there's not much point. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oops. At least you can pull things back out of here if you put them on. It is a reversible process, at least. Firing them into the wrong one of these, not so much. Cool. Okay, there is one more door piece around somewhere, I thought. Surely. Where's it gone? There was definitely multiple pieces of doors. Whatever, don't care. So this is through to the cockpit here again. No, we're upside down. Now we can... Oops. Now we can... can theoretically cut the... Oh, we don't need to cut the glass free because it's all going in the furnace. That's useful. It's not like the mackerel ones where the compartment that the glass is stuck to goes into the processor instead. Cool, then we can start pulling these away. Just nice to make a little bit of progress, right? Just double checking there's no AI nodes that I've missed. Yep, I don't want to pull everything out of there. You can salvage wires and stuff out of them, which you do need for your armadillo that you're repairing. Basically, it just depends on how quickly you want to do that. I figure there's no hurry, because it doesn't seem like the sort of thing that I can do anything with until the game's over anyway. So I'm not prioritizing it. I love how there's often bottles stashed in this little under-cockpit bit. Great. And we've got the back terminals. Again, that's a really full barge. I hate how it's the same key to do that than it is to push them. It's really annoying. Okay, that's this pretty clear now. And that panel. Nice. Okay, well that's that all sorted. Now, next thing, I may as well pull that off while I'm thinking of it. Airlock consoles go for a lot, 125,000 for each one. That's quite a lot. Okay, so next thing is to vent the compartments, isn't it? Yep. Okay, the last thing to go. Well, they can vent all out through this airlock now, because that airlock can't even close, and nor can that one. Well, certainly can't now anyway. Well, one of them has no doors. This one has doors, but no consoles. Maybe even with the consoles gone, it can still shut the doors, but that's fine. I'll just salvage the doors. So let's hold on to this and activate this. And I guess we see what breaks. Hopefully nothing. Hopefully nothing too expensive at least. I don't think there was too much loose in here to cause any issues. This one is what we want to look at. Something back here looks like. Yes, a dampener. Okay, interesting. Is there anything else? Just AI nodes, looks like. And these fuses, which we do want to remove. But only after we're finished with the doors. Have we finished with the doors? I think we might have, to be honest. Oh, I can close these doors as well. There we go. And now we want to work on the fuses. So you got to wait until they go white. 1, 2, 3. Boop. And they get faster and faster. Collect the fuse. You end up with a lot of fuses. You need a few of them, but not that many. Okay, and the other two are on here. Yes, now they've gotten faster. I mean, you just get a slight electric shock if you get it wrong. It's not the end of the world. I guess that's where the suit upgrades would be handy. What we can actually do is from inside here, make ourselves a little hole. Because all of the hull panels are really big. But this makes us a nice convenient access hatch to be able to just push our way through, now that we've gotten rid of the ion ring off the bottom here. This goes through. There we go. And... quick. It's going to hit the edge, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Close enough. Okay, so now we can go back inside there as much as we like. This whole cage has to come off somehow. I can't remember the best way of removing it. I think pulling it possibly off the back after we get rid of everything else. We'll leave that for now. So we've got 3 green lights now for the big power generator. Can I open a nice big hole? Probably. Basically, you just cut all the cut points and see what happens. But I do remember the ship parts of this one are kind of annoyingly shaped. So, yeah, that's just one big ring, isn't it? Yeah, that's really annoying. Which means it can only come off if you first get rid of this. And that can only come off if you first get rid of this cage. Yeah, quite annoying. Well, I can disconnect the cage. Is there even enough room to pull it off this way? Not sure there is. Oh, and also I need to get rid of this first. Which means clearing off the rest of the ion ring. Okay, maybe we just leave that for now. We don't actually need to separate everything just yet. We can also work on this part here and get rid of some of this area. Oh, actually, I just had the thought as well. I should deal with this down the end here and make sure that I can eject the thruster safely, because otherwise I can't pull that reactor very safely. So, what have we got here? Airlock through the top. Make our way inside. Just realised I got myself a drink earlier and didn't bring it over to my desk. That was rather poor of me. So this is all pressurized in here. Oh, and there's some radiation panels too, that's always fun. So here's the ECU. There's the atmosphere control unit. It is working, so that's good. So I guess we could just cycle that and be done with it. I don't know if that's going to work to vent the outside area as well. That's always the annoying part. Or we can go in there and take a look around anyway. There's more AI nodes in here, I believe. But what I'm also after is, are there more parts to pick up? There's something in here. Is it a part? Yes, it's another fuse, in fact. That's interesting. Okay, and is this powered? It is. Good. Okay, but first what we want to do is depressurize things. We want to do that as safely as we can. So we go back in here, shut the door, and do the atmosphere regulator from here. Cool. Let's shut all the airlocks again, which we can actually just open up again. And we can just take the atmosphere regulator off now that we don't care about it. So that it won't get damaged. Cool. And then, you know what, let's get rid of this bottle, because it's just going to fly around if we're not careful when we start venting things. It's pretty much the only thing that those represent is a pressure danger. Okay, now we just need to open this door. So let's hold on to the wall and do that. Cool. Safe. And we can cycle this airlock as well. Means we don't get to salvage the doors, but we kind of don't care. They're worth like 3 grand if that. Cool, so that's this area done pretty safely. Let's get rid of some of the valuable things before we start messing around with the engines and the reactor and whatnot. It's always a good idea to leave the reactor till pretty much as last as you can. Because if it melts down, you lose a lot of stuff. We can take this stuff out the side instead, I guess it'll be easier, because then we can just fire it straight down there. Cool. Okay. And that airlock console. There we go. Alrighty. Now these access panels and stuff we kind of don't care about at this point. It's just that whole wall, or both of those walls, will need to come off this compartment entirely before we send the rest to the furnace. Next thing to do is to actually pop off the thruster cap. So that way when we do disconnect the thruster, then we can easily pull it out through the hole at the back. Can't actually fit through here, can we? No. That's fine. These cut points are probably safe. I don't think there's really anything on the other side of these. We don't have much choice with these. Let's do... I guess we want it to be closer to there. Well, let's just chuck it in the middle and be done with it. And then we may as well just do them one by one. Good. Seems like it was safe. Oh, we're the wrong side of it to be able to just push it straight down. Cool. Actually not worth all that much, 120,000. I mean, it's still worth the cost of a demo charge. There we go. Okay, that's them safe. So now let's start working on things from the inside. So the first thing to do is to disconnect this thruster. So that flushes the fuel lines and everything as well that lead to the reactor, which is always good. We can probably then actually... Probably didn't need to get rid of the thruster cap at all, because we can actually just pop the whole end off this. Yep. And then the thruster can just go down. Now, there were some lights in here, but I think those little lights don't actually reward anything. They never seem to. I don't know if it says, like, system damaged or thing destroyed, then we'll know better, but... Okay, it's going to try and get caught in the furnace, isn't it? Why do things always go towards the furnace? Come on. Come on. Get away from there so I can throw you into here instead. There we go. That gotcha. Right, so that's the whole back of this, which is good. Oops, wrong way. Get rid of the lights. It's very easy to just get twisted upside down. Okay. Is there any AI nodes in this section at all? I don't think there actually is. So that's useful. That's nice. Cool. Probably open this up even further. The more room we have to work with in here, the better. Is this just one big ring, though? Yeah, looks like it. So what's the best way to attach that? Do like that? Yeah, that works. That actually spins it a bit that way, which is good. It's going to get caught on the thruster thing there, unfortunately. Point it that way slightly. That's better. Just slid just past there. There we go. Get a good tumble going on. Lovely. So, does this have a... This doesn't. It doesn't actually have like a... Oh, fuel level's low again. It doesn't actually have a plate that the fuel pipe goes into. It just goes onto the mounting plate. That's kind of annoying. I was hoping to be able to take it down instead. Well, there's another ring that I can remove. Make sure to not accidentally hit the cooling line or anything. This will have to go a little bit further this way before we do anything else with it. Please don't hit against the reactor too much. Use a lot of fuel in this one because it's such a big ship to get around. Cool. Get rid of that. Now the reactor is nice and clear. No, we got rid of some aluminium structure apparently. Oh well. Don't know what that was that I grabbed. Let's get rid of all of the protective outer plating so we can get to the caramel center. Okay, that's all the plating gone, and then the mounting plate here is now floating free. So let's get rid of that. Okay, next thing. Just start stripping this whole outer thing away, perhaps? I can't remember if this is another ring section. It might be. Oh, this top section is separate. That's a good start. We need to disconnect the airlock bit from that, because that goes into the barge instead. Also need to make sure that we got rid of the console from the other side, which I think we did. Yep, console's gone. Swing this around, punt it down this way. Cool. You are going this way. Okay. That's actually... I was about to say that I could just push that straight down, but there's a radiation containment in the way, so no, I can't. Never mind. And there's another one at the bottom there. Once I free those, if I get rid of this casing, then that'll make it much easier to deal with those. Just need to be very careful we don't jostle them too much. Is there another cut point somewhere? What am I missing? Yes. You. Okay, so if we go down here and just push this way, maybe? Once it's free from there, now it can go down. Actually, we don't want it to go down from here. Yeah, I'll get there. We can just lever this off that direction. And now send it to the processor. That'll do. You, get in there. Fine, I'll go past you and push you back. There you go. And let's get some more fuel. I really wish that in addition to oxygen drain being turned off, you just didn't have the thruster fuel drain either. Okay. This is looking like a very different ship now. So, these things are interesting. We have this cut point that surrounds it entirely, which you just get rid of. And then you just grapple and gently tug it backwards. Slowly does it. Wait till it's free. And then just start moving it down. You can gradually accelerate. And then release. And it'll just fall into the barge. Nice. And now worth a pretty penny. That, and this time we don't even need to go down, we just pull backwards, gradually accelerate, and let it drop. Hopefully it gets all the way, otherwise we'll have to grapple it a little bit further. Okay, so then we've got the mounting containment units, like the walls that they are attached to. We can just get rid of the furnace bits. You're not going all the way, are you? Damn it. Okay, well, let's just gently drop you a little bit further. Okay. You are all furnace stuff. You are not. Not sure what the best way of clearing this containment bit is. I think it's honestly just destroying these posts here. And then there'll be one at the top as well, I guess. There'll be stuff inside, maybe? Nope. Not sure how to actually break this out. Huh. Oh, there's the side bit as well, I guess. So we lose, what? 3.5 grand? But there isn't an easy way to cut just a little bit off. Still not free. Oh, this corner bit at the top will be the same stuff. And that was only 1600. There we go. So you lose, what, 32, 3300 plus 37 or so. So that's 7 grand. You lose 7 grand. What do I get for salvaging this radiation containment? If it's even going to pull free. There we go. Come on. Come on. Yes, if we get in behind, we can force push and it'll be a lot easier. Don't need to worry about not jostling things. Oh, there's a light. That free first. Cool. So how much is that worth? 212. Okay, yeah, that's definitely worth wasting like 7 grand worth of aluminium to get 200,000 more easily. Right, now, here are these lights because we can. We're kind of running out of extra stuff that we can get hold of. Oh, the AI has started acting up a bit because it's now like opening and closing doors, looks like. Which is amusing. Then I can just cut the doors free. Bonk. Now you can't shut the doors on me. We can get rid of these doors as well. Oh, this is always fun, because now we can just line it up and bam. Ah, the right wasn't quite lined up properly. Okay, we can get rid of the door console as well, because we're not using that anymore. Okay. Computer terminal. We will fire off down there. And we'll take a short break. Oh, another goal reached. And back. Okay. So that's most of the valuables dealt with. I'm not sure about cutting this one free while that's still there. That's the difficult thing. So, what we end up doing here... Don't know why I came around this side when I've got the other side is just completely open. So we can take this panel off. Get rid of that first of all. And then we end up just pulling coolant. Coolant. I should probably leave that outer one until last day. Coolant. And now the reactor goes into meltdown. So now we need to pull it. Pull it backwards. So it's clear of the mounting plate. Aim it down. And hit it. And it's done. Just that easy, so long as you do all the parts in the first place. Just that easy. Coolant pipe off the back there. And now we can get rid of the ECU as well. And we'll send this down to the barge. Unfortunately, the coolant pipe is worth quite a bit, but it's always a case of, you know, you have to get rid of something to get something else. Yeah, 585,000 credits is worth the, what, 11 that we lost? So now it's a case of that goes into the processor, that goes into the furnace, and what's the easiest way of clearing it? I think ultimately we're going to have to lose a little bit of coolant pipe. Just because it's the easiest thing to do. So if we just cut like so, there we go. And then this whole array goes over to the processor. including the fuel pipe. Whee! Now, what's going to be the best way to free this one, I wonder? If we do that, it'll probably cut all the way up that wall as well as the annoying thing. Maybe do this instead, and then it'll just... Yeah, if we do this instead, perhaps. I think it's going to end up doing exactly the same thing, though. And that's getting rid of the entire piece. Yeah, because that's still not freed or anything. Yeah. It's a case of maybe we don't lose this bit. But I don't know if it matters. Yeah, let's find out. If we just vaporize this. Okay, this bit's fine. Not that we'll get much for it. Yeah, 1700. But again, it's just worth it. Yep. This... Oop, no, wrong one. We don't need the top one. We need the side one. Go. And then from this side, I think? Yeah. There we go. That's it. And we should just be able to push this way because the other one's already gone. Oh yeah, and the access panel comes loose automatically even though it's kind of part of it. So I'm not sure why it is treated separately. Well, I know why it's treated separately, but I don't know why it comes loose by itself. Okay. Oh, this bit's all for the furnace as well, is it? Interesting. So if we just cut this loose now. Wasn't there some structure that was... Oh, these things are for the processor? Yeah. Just kind of weird. So the best way to do that, I think... Well, there's a couple of different ways. We just do this, then it just comes loose anyway. And then we can slice this way, and this way. Okay, I guess not. That should have been able to just cut loose a little bit instead of the whole thing, but whatever. The nanocarbon makes it worth it, because it's worth 6,500 instead, so yeah, it does add up being worth. I mean, this is real, like, min-max fussy stuff that we shouldn't really be caring about, because what's an extra few thousand when you've already been doing things that are worth, like, 500,000? The absolute best thing you can do, of course, is to just move on to the next job. But that's not me. We're not about that. So we just do that. Yeah, once again, it just vaporizes the whole thing. That's disappointing. It shouldn't really do that. I can actually do it while it's still attached here, to be honest. I wonder, it probably gets rid of less of it. Oops. If I come in here and slice all the way down this way, perhaps? Not sure if I can get enough angle to get all the way down. Yep, it got all the way down. Cool. And then we just slice a little corner here. There we go. And then we're not even going to try and free that last little bit, because that'll probably not work. But that way we're not wasting as much. Yeah, 818 is what we're wasting that way. Nice. I think that works. Bonk. A little bit cleaner. Oh, there's a light in here still. Which way? That way. So have we managed to cut this loose yet? Not properly, have we? Still these inner bits. Oh, there'll be the airlock bits too, actually. Think of it. No, apparently not. Oh, because the airlock piece is a separate piece, is it? Oh, right, of course. 2 airlocks. Okay. Oops, where are we going with this? This way. Okay. Where the hell's the rest of it here? Okay, so what bits is the processor bit? Oh, it's this outer ring. So we do still want to free this. Turns out... thought we were going to be able to just kind of shortcut this. Okay. Pull that out. And... bling! And then this whole thing is for the furnace. Ah, except for the doors. Okay, and I think... oh, wait, there's one more of these. Okay. Why did I think I'd done all of you already? Oh, is that still... that's apparently still connected to something. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just try and do it from this angle instead so we don't cut through too much. There we go. That's more like it. That'll do. If there's anything else on there to salvage, I no longer care. We've done all the exciting parts, now it's just about the leftovers, essentially. Oh, the power generator we still need to pull off, but that doesn't go critical or anything. We've gotten rid of the fuses. That's the tricky thing about that one. And then there's the rest of the AI nodes is when we get to the front, but they can wait. They're not doing anything. Oh, that's right, we cut off that corner. That's the other one that I was thinking of. Which we probably shouldn't have bothered with. So if we do it about there, it has to be below that line. There we go. Now the whole thing comes free. If we do it on more of an angle, then we don't lose as much either, do we? And now, last one. Like that. Okay. And then, again, coming on an angle. Sweet. And hiff. And hiff. We only lost 600 off that one. Nice, okay. So now we get to the superstructure where we need to use these cut points, ideally. But again, it's like... I have 6 demo charges, a total of 10, and it's 50,000 to refill, and that's 5,000 each. So, because I'm such a cheapskate, I think what I prefer to do... where's the rest of the... separation points for the structure? Oh, it's all one giant thing, it looks like. We're going to have to cut it into smaller bits ourselves, probably, to be more manageable. But if we just do, like, this... And then this. We just get rid of a little bit in the middle. And then this. And this. Is that still going to be considered connected? It probably is, eh? There we go. So that's 1, 2. This one here. About there. And about there. And 4. There we go. So that's kind of cut them all free of these bits. Oh, not quite. There we go. Yeah, so now this outer area is now separate. But we still need to then cut this bit free. So that, and that, and that, and that. We can now do this. And that. And then this. And unfortunately we just have to do that a lot more times. Unless we want to just use demo charges for everything. You know what? Let's treat ourselves. Why not? Let's just have a bit of a treat. And we can do 1. And 2. 3. I don't know if right click works to reorient them. Let's find out, I guess. It does. Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind for next time. And I mean, that is satisfying. I'll give it that. But that's also like 20 grand. Which is really not worth it for what I'm salvaging. Like, does even the value of this make it worthwhile in itself? Probably not. Like, time is money and all that, but then you just don't do it at all, right? You just leave it. Okay, that's 88,000. Okay, so it does pay me back, but it's still more cost effective to do it this way. It's a case of how much is your time worth, and do you want to min-max, or do you want big boom? And, you know, I could go either way, to be honest. What you can also do is you can organize it so that you run out of demo charges. And this works for anything, tethers as well. If you get low on them, and then upgrade your capacity in the habitation module. So like I can only carry 10 demo charges at a time, but I can upgrade so that I can carry 15. If I do that, it fills them for me. So that's cool too. Cool, yep, that's that one done. But now we need to get rid of that bit as well. We could actually get rid of the whole thing, maybe? No, probably not, eh? That would be too unwieldy. It's just not worth the hassle. For the amount of value these extra cuts are, it is not worth the headaches of trying to make it work to pull the whole thing free. We just do it like that instead. The aluminium's definitely not worth as much anyway, so it's definitely no great loss losing a fair bit of that. And I kind of find this kind of fun. Figuring out the angles, making it work. And you can get pretty quick at it after you've practiced a fair bit and know where your angles are. There we go. Push that free. Send it this way this time. It's going to get caught up on there. There we go. And this way, just kind of juggle it a bit. And hoof. Cool. Well, we're slowly getting towards the front.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Looks like a very different ship once it's at this point. I don't remember turning the music off entirely, but I haven't heard it for a while, which is kind of weird. I wonder if it got a bit confused with the pausing and stuff. Maybe it's just because it's the ghost ship. There is some sort of ambient in the background, but... Okay, is this one free as well? It is, good. So now we need to cut these bits. Cool, and then we can do that again. And just send it flying this way. Whee! And let it bounce around. Not quite. Not quite where we wanted it. Pull it back up. Come on. Come on. You can use tethers, of course, but this is more fun. I find the tethers kind of imprecise sometimes as well. Just grapple onto that to reel myself in rather than wasting fuel, which we're going to need more of again soon. Big ship. Worth a lot, at least. Cool, that goes in there. Okay, now this one's the final bit of this, like, tanker superstructure, that is. There's still more to come in the main crew area. We've done engineering, next is operations. Cool. Boot. Once again, it's going to get tangled here if we're not careful. So now we bounce it that way. Bounce it this way. There you go. Done. Don't need the airlock console anymore. Or that one, though technically the ones inside will just go into the barge with the airlock itself, so you don't need to remove them separately. Technically. It's just kind of fun to do. So, next thing is... Oh, we've got these things again, that's right. May as well do it while it's still attached. So we come in here, if we can, line it up around here, I think. Didn't actually free it, apparently. Oh, because there's still weld points here, of course. Now it's free. Let's just get a little bit of distance so that I can cut this off easier. And the other one. Damn, that's bright. Okay, that's one side done. And then it's around this line here. Okay, and then once again we still have this cut point. There we go. Though we could probably just do it from here, it's fine. Boing. This one. Ow. Yeah, I know, again. You'd think a tanker would have had some individual thruster fuel bits as well, would have been nice. Never mind. Okay. To the furnace, to ye. For ye. Nope, that's the wrong... Fuck. That's the wrong place. Damn it. Never mind. That's the thing, is I'll try and be so careful and get things all sorted, and then I'll just end up throwing something in the wrong place just slightly like that. Oh well. It's only aluminium. It's worse if you do the opposite and put the stuff for the processor into the furnace, because that's more valuable. Yoink. Pull that away, send it to the processor, pull the airlock away, send it to the barge. Okay. Pull the door control free. Okay. Thanks, AI. You're gonna be like that, are you? Well, don't think you can in here. Just cut the doors. And then you can't do a damn thing. Oh, that's where the other door ended up. That'll do. And now I can probably pull the others out as well. Maybe. Please don't hit me. Gotta be careful when you start grappling things in, because they might come at you at a great rate of knots, and then it hurts. Cool. Ow. I mean, you could probably also just wait until I pull the floor off, actually, to be honest, but whatever. Wow. See, I don't know if the floor comes off this bit, does it? Maybe not. Fuel pipes across the storage bin. That's weird. How do they come loose? Do they come loose when I just pull the storage bin, maybe? I don't know. The airlock console. Lights, because why not? Okay, we're going to leave these things for now. Is there battery packs or anything on these? There is a battery pack, okay. So I think I need to take this off first. So I think I've previously had it that when I've pulled the computer console without first taking the battery pack off, then it arcs. Okay. Okay, well they still cut free even though it was... The AI was opening the door as I was doing it, which is amusing. These in bits here can now come off. I want to be able to pull the power generator before I do anything else. Because I think I've dealt with all of the doors that I care about now. Why are you still holding on, Mr. Aluminium Panel? What is making you... Oh, you're part of this, aren't you? It's this bit that I probably loosened off. Oh, hello. That's convenient. That's very convenient. Bonk. That's going to bounce weirdly. No, that's fine. How about you on this side? No. The airlock we can probably pull off. But we now have a hole that we can pull the power generator through, which is important. So that's cool. Cool. Is the airlock console off? It is. Good. That means we can just pull it over here and fling it over there. And the airlock itself can come out and go down. Oops. Go down here. Good, good, good. Thruster fuel again. Ugh. So annoying. Well, I guess I'll go shut it up again. Fortunately, there's a capacity upgrade, but there's not really an efficiency upgrade, I don't think. And I think the speed upgrade just makes you burn through fuel more. So I shouldn't have bothered taking it, to be honest. Okay, so why is that still... Ah, you. That would do it. That. Get rid of that. Yeah, the power generator doesn't melt down or anything, but I'd rather have a clearer path so it doesn't get knocked against things. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're just loose. Okay. We kind of want to take everything else clear first if we can. I don't think we can until we can pull the furnace bit free. I don't know when that is. This structure is like 10 tons still. Then we can free this airlock up anyway. Let's get rid of this light actually while I think of it too. So we can just send that straight down through here. And there was another one, wasn't there? Yeah. That's the lights out of the way. We also need to start making sure that we do clear away all of the AI nodes. looks like they're just in the compartment though, so that's kind of fine. We can just deal with them after we've done all of this outside. Also, the other place to put them is actually the furnace. And that's where that whole area is going to be going, so... What are you doing? Oh, you're just floating free now. Okay, no, that's actually cool. We can get rid of you. That's actually quite useful. Potentially, anyway. If we can get the right angle to nudge you free anyway without damaging anything. I guess maybe straight down. Just pop it down here a little bit. There we go, that works. Lovely. And now we just push that this way. Try and make sure it's clear of everything else. And give it a good mighty heave. Nice. Now we can pull off the power generator. And that just goes into the barge. Flip, flip, flip. Once things are in there, they don't really take damage. So if you throw something in really hard, then it should be fine. And it shouldn't actually be affected by anything. Okay. So what are we left with here? What have we got? That kind of screwed things up a little bit. Pull you up and fire you off there. Send you down here. Cool. And then now let's get rid of this half. That's an odd shape, isn't it? That's fine. Comes loose quite easily at least. And it just needs a bit of encouragement in the general direction. That should be fine. I got a bit stuck. As long as you don't end up in the furnace, that's what I'm worried about. So you just keep coming that way. Cool. Right, door console. Down we go. There's very little now for the AI nodes to actually play with in terms of like doors and things, so 1, 2. I don't know why you're loose. I'm guessing maybe from the explosive decompression. There we go. Toasted ghosts, apparently. Probably just for zapping a certain number of the AI nodes, I imagine. There we go. Can I not take the floor off in this? No. Okay. Are you free now? Kind of. But you don't actually come loose as such, do you? Because you're stuck on... okay. What if I pop you this direction instead? Yeah, that works a bit better. Kind of. Oh yeah, that's slipped it loose now, that's good. Because then it can just slide out that gap that the others went through. Everything's just all falling into my hab. These ships are just too long. Anyway, let's cut loose these bits here now. Guess that would have actually made it easier to pull it off this direction, but never mind. Too late now. That, boink, and throw. That, boink, and throw. Pull you round, and throw. Cool. Come here. It's a long way to push everything back into the furnaces now, which is really annoying. Is that going to fit through there? I guess we don't have much choice. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, I don't think we really have much choice. We've just got to try and pull it gently out here. Oh, that went better than expected. Down we go. Okay, now I don't know what's happening with these fuel line bits. I have a feeling they're going to be really annoying. Okay, yes, so the fuel pipe did come loose. Are you going to come out easily? Okay, kind of. That went better than expected, to be honest. Send you that way. Now, can we get the right angle to pull this guy through the... Oop, we almost did. Then went too far. We almost just need to cut a hole on the side, I think, just to make it easy to pull this out, because it's worth so much more than the equivalent aluminium. Gotcha. There we go. It doesn't matter if it moves this around a little bit, especially if it comes this way. I kind of want it to. Okay, and then that disconnects this pipe, which once again, we'll just try and pull through gently. There we go. We could put it behind us, but it's going to be easier just to do this than try and turn around with it. Okay, and then this one here, once again, we can then try and just pull it. The grapple never works the way I expect it to. It's really annoying. Like, if I grab that corner, it should just pull that direction, but it's not. And unfortunately, this is now so light that it's all just moving around with it. Okay. Do I just cut a hole? Or maybe I can just manipulate it just this direction instead. Oh. Yes, we got it. Nice. Push instead of pull, that seems to be the way to make it work a bit better. There we go. And then the lights. Where's the barge gone? There it is. The table can stay here because it's all just furnace. That light can also come out, however. Cool. Is there any more lights or anything? Oh, there's some doors, and yes, there is some more lights. Okay. Of course it opens the doors. Even though the AI nodes are not even attached to this thing at the moment anymore. They're on the other piece. Where were they? Ah, it's right there. Hiding in plain sight. Fire that down there. Are you going to shut the doors again, or am I just going to have to give up on those? Now, how about we deal with this bit first? Oh, there's a couple of these weird things. Are they? Yeah, they're furnace bound. How? Not even sure what those came off. It's been something I cut loose. Cool, that's everything for you. Into the processor you go. Don't go into the furnace. There we go. You gonna fall? You are. Good. I think I just... Oh, it has shut the doors again. Good. Oh, and there's our final salvage goal reset. Technically, we just don't have to continue with anything more on this one at all if we don't want to, because we're not going to get any more progression rewards for it. We'll just get some extra cash to pay off our debt. And the sense of satisfaction of completing everything. Oh, there's a light in there. Is there? Yes. Where's the barge? What was the other things that were showing up? There's a couple of things there. Metal, structure, aluminium. What are they? What are those? Oh, that's just more stuff for the furnace. Cool, so let's just fire this downstream. There you go. And now to the final section. And it's all just structure left now. And the ion rings, to be fair. So... let's just cut everything loose. Oh, we can also just go out hunting those AI nodes now as well, actually, while I'm thinking of it. Well, this panel's clear. It's also fairly light, which is good. Okay, where are you guys? There's one. No, it didn't actually kill you. Two, and then two over here, and I think that's all. That looks to be it. Cool. And then... oh, now we have the music come back. That's all we had to do. It was because the AI was annoyed at me, I guess. So if we just pop this down, start this one off on its journey towards the processor. Whee! Big spinning ring. Cool. Then you've got this whole cage thing. Isn't it pretty much all just going in the processor? It doesn't even matter if it's all tangled up. It just has to all go the same direction. Yeah, of course it comes free. There we go. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And we got the sticker for the 95% or more value, and then the last thing is this big ion ring section, which just goes down to the barge. Joins its counterpart. And then we just do a little sweep, basically, and make sure that we've gotten everything that we expect to exist. But there's very little left. Yep. Boop, boop, boop. And now the yellow bar meets the red section up the top, and we are done. There we go. Took a little bit longer than it possibly should have, but it's a big ship. So good payout for doing those AI nodes. Destroyed a couple of lights, oh well, some aluminium, the coolant pipe that we cut, and a door. Who cares? We gained in so many other ways. And went up a level. Which means that now, after we redeem it, we don't have to pay costs for a bunch of stuff because we're going to buy them. Oh. First exposition time, apparently. So...
incoming transmission waiting.
Can we go here first? No, we can't. It doesn't let you do anything useful until you do that, which is really annoying. Never mind. I can't even wait until after you've slept again. That's fine. We're going to call it there because this is just going to be boring exposition that no one needs to hear. So, we'll see you next time.